Hi guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for the astrological day-by-day reading for every single sign. I'm going to do astrology, Lenormand, and tarot today because I just want to go all out. I know I haven't been posting again a lot. Still going through adjustments, of course. We're all going through a very intense time and I hope all of you guys are okay. I am posting regular daily-ish astrology on Twitter, so hashtag daily-ish at Veroosh Tarot. Go follow me there. You don't have to have a Twitter account, but it's free, so go and sign up if you're interested. And then on Instagram, I also post some of the stuff that I post on Twitter, although the entire astrological content is on the Twitter feed right now. So we're going to go sign by sign from Aries to Pisces. Just jump to the part of the video that's pertaining to you. You can watch for your sun, moon, rising, north node, Venus, Mars, whatever you're inspired by. That's cool. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real, okay? And let's just get into it. So we'll start with Aries first of all. So here's Aries. This week, all that's happening is Mercury is moving into Cancer. Mercury is going to be moving into your 4th house. Really good for communication, Aries. Overall, there is a huge emphasis in your chart on communication at this time. Some of the communication that you're trying to partake in may not fully be in alignment with what your private motivations are. And so there may be a conflict between your subconscious or your private thoughts and what's actually being said. If you feel irritable about it, hold on tight. There will be a more balanced energy very soon, and as Mercury enters more into Cancer, there will be kind of like a release of the pressure and the tension that things are not being said the way that they're supposed to be said. And in fact, you should really allow things to be said in the way that they are being said, because these powerful energies are in your 3rd house of communication, including the Sun here, Venus retrograde, Vesta, and North Node. So whatever is being talked about is probably pretty important, okay? That's all for now. That's the only major shift. We'll get into the huge astrology next week. I hope you guys are doing well with the retrogrades. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. Remember, I'll do cards for every single day of the week. Okay, so for Monday, how to do this. Okay, I wanted to pick 2 cards for you guys for every single day of the week. We'll do it like this. It's weird shuffling and then doing it, so I'll just do it like that for now, and then we'll do Lenormand, so you guys get like a nice little full reading. Okay, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you want your own order, I guess this is a pick a card. Okay. Oh, I just solved our problem, maybe. Okay, so here we go. Wednesday, sorry. We have the Empress, okay, and then we have the Tower. So for tomorrow, Aries, there's a shock and an awe that's coming into your system. Something's changing very quickly around you. Something to do with your mother, something to do with a strong feminine energy, or maybe yourself. There's an upheaval, a shift, a change. Something's going to kind of free you up and let you go a different direction. Someone is possibly turning their back on someone else. On Thursday, let's see, that's an intense energy right to start. You know, a lot of stuff could be coming up for you that's very personal at this time, because Chiron and Lilith are in your 1st house. So you could be feeling that kind of, you know, stuff hit you in the gut. You know, things can really kind of hit home at this time. So we have the Emperor next. Ooh, okay. And then this is for Thursday, and then the Ace of Wands. So one person, it almost looks like there's a breakup here between two people, but it looks as though somebody's initiating contact. The masculine energy, the divine masculine, the emperor, is about to in some way try to reinstigate things or push things along. This energy at this time, even though there's a lot of retrogrades, is not that negative. In fact, the Sun with Venus, North Node, and Vesta is some of the best energy we are going to get this year, despite the fact that there's retrogrades. So I feel like maybe after some kind of a shake-up, there could be some kind of a reunion, an improvement of things, just an improvement of energy. Okay, so next we have Friday. We have the Six of Swords and the Three of Swords. Friday, the focus is moving on, maybe a possible heartbreak or feeling sad about things, maybe making plans. Somebody's making plans to move on, to go away because they don't believe in a situation anymore. I have a feeling that somebody is coming to a new conclusion in a situation that's sort of pulling them away from something that they had a deep investment in. Somebody is in some way feeling as though what they really counted on is not something that they can rely on anymore. Saturday, we have the Ten of Pentacles, loyalty and trust. If really Three of Pentacles work, I have a feeling that there's a really deep commitment here that we're talking about, that someone has been committed to someone else for a very long time, and I feel as though they're trying to make that connection, but I also feel as though there's a chance that for some of you this is about pulling away. Somebody is pulling away from someone else because something is happening between them that is quite destructive. No matter how much they wanted it, they may feel that it's time to go away, but I feel as though this Six of Swords and Three of Swords is disillusionment more so than the actual experience of a relationship falling apart. So what I'm trying to say is that it's possible that this could be a state of mind on Friday, you know, not believing that something's going to work out, that kind of thing, whereas in fact the reality is much better. Then we have the Seven of Cups on Sunday and the Three of Cups reunion. If it's a lover's quarrel, like if it's like people getting into a relationship issue, it really seems as though by Sunday there's a reunion. I think that there's a deep loyalty and trust between people. If there's been discord, fighting, you know, kind of thoughts of breaking up, I do think that by Sunday there's going to be a lot more positive energy or thought that is being put into the relationship, and someone is actively trying to improve the situation, give it another try, and in fact a reunion may happen. On Saturday, if you are in a quarrel, if you're fighting with your loved one or a love interest, and they fall off the map, like you don't hear from them, on Saturday they're probably working. So let's just take a look at Lenormand's really quick. So there's a really close call here with regard to a relationship. I do feel like there's a real longing from the masculine energy in order for someone to turn around, and I do feel as though the feminine energy is turning her back on the masculine energy. And I have a feeling as though this person is really trying to figure out how to make it work, what to say, how to improve the situation. I do think that there's going to be another take to things, another way to look at the situation, but there is this sort of, I feel as though there is this sort of lots of effort that needs to be put into the situation in order to make it work. For some of you, I do feel like there could be someone else who comes into, not to the picture, but there's another option, although I feel like it would be an option that somebody would take because they don't feel confident about a situation. So for example, like they break up with someone and feeling vulnerable, they express interest in someone they shouldn't be interested in, or someone, you know, hits you up because and you're feeling vulnerable, so you're considering a reunion with someone else. I really think that this is the advice for this is really clear. I won't give advice for every sign, but here it's clear that it's not necessarily the way it is now. Everything's sort of up in the air. We're going into a massive shift at the beginning of June, and so a lot of things kind of come up in the air. Don't draw conclusions on your circumstances with the people you're in relationships with yet. Things may be different than, you know, what you think. These cards are so similar, they're hard to differentiate. Okay. All right, so let's move on to Taurus. This is going to take a while, but I don't mind. Maybe even 2-hour reading. You guys already know I don't know because I'm filming it. But that's okay, you guys are worth it. Okay, so let's do Taurus next. Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. Let's take a look at your chart. So I have to put this down or we don't get autofocus. Maybe I'll just turn off autofocus so that, you know, we can just chill. Okay, and not worry about that. The light in here is too dark, so whenever I have autofocus on, it goes crazy. Here's your chart. So like I said, money on your mind. You should not be doing anything else but focusing on money at this time. Huge transformations in your life at this time, more so than any other sign. So in terms of like life-changing events, changes of direction, you know, very big. There may be small conflicts between your social circles and your goals for financial advancement. Such things as you need to work, but your friends either need you or they emotionally want you there, and there's this kind of tug of war between where you're supposed to spend your time right now. Okay, so now let's move on to your tarot. I'm going to do like 2 cards per day, so I have to lay them out like this. Taurus. Taurus's energy is very solid right now. By the way, I'm doing Wednesday through Sunday this week. Feel free to do a pick a card order of your own choosing if you like. But I'm going to read Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? So let's try it like that. Okay, so now next. So for Wednesday, let's see your cards and then we'll do a Lenormand. So Wednesday you have the Knight of Pentacles. That's you really on point towards the star, which is a destiny or a specific direction. We're about to enter into a massive shift in early June, like I said, and so you should prepare yourself for it. There could be financial opportunities for you in tandem with that. You may have to drop certain things and move very quickly as opportunities arise for you. So don't waste your time, Taurus. Tuesday, let's see your energy, or whatever day you chose. Sorry, Thursday, the Strength card, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I feel as though for Tuesday, it's more about, there's a sense here that you want other people to be supportive of you, although that support may not be showing up in the way that you had hoped right now. Something to keep in mind is with all the disease and all the problems in the world at this time, people are not at their best, so they're not capable. So it's like it sort of amplifies the bad behaviors of certain people, or it amplifies their inabilities of certain people. You might be feeling some of that. But this is saying that you have enough strength within yourself to accomplish whatever it is that you're doing. You might be feeling, though, that you wish that someone would show up for you better, or like be a better friend, those kinds of things. See, it's that tug of war between where you want to go, the North Node in your 2nd house, and also your relationships with other people, how they play out. Is it really reciprocal? You know, here is the next message. Now let's take a look at Friday, right? So we have the Knight of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. That's just a general guide. 6 of Cups. Somebody's coming in maybe from the past. It might be any sign, actually. Somebody's coming in from the past. Somebody wants to hang out. Maybe someone you've known for a long time. Mercury does move into your 3rd house this week. what that means is that third house is often associated with early childhood, those kinds of things. So there could be someone who's showing up who either is from your childhood or someone who mirrors your childhood. There's like a connection there. So somebody's coming in with some kind of energy, and it's very, very nice. It's a, you know, this is Sun in Scorpio, so your opposite energy, and is bringing in good vibes. Somebody's coming in like just counterbalances what happens on Thursday. You know, you feel like this void or like a lack of true support from some people. By Friday, I think that somebody's reaching out to you coincidentally. There are no coincidences, but they're reaching out to you coincidentally. Let's take a look at your Saturday, your weekend. So we have Page of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Might be the same person. And the Page of Wands. So whatever you're doing, if you have kids, you're going to be spending time with them. Sorry, no autofocus. Youthful time. If you're a single Taurus, you're having fun. By the weekend, the moon will be in your 5th house of fun. So I do sense that there's, and children, so there's this emphasis on going out, having fun, you know, going for an adventure in some way, in some modified way. There's just a happy-go-lucky energy. Shifting your attention in a new direction also. So rather than focusing on whatever has troubled you, you have big goals ahead of you and so forth. You may be actually distracting yourself with something else over the weekend. Let's see the next cards. We have, this is for Sunday, the 9 of Swords, Guilt, and the Wheel of Fortune. You're worried that something's not going to work out because of this. On Wednesday, you feel this sense of drive and you want to get so far to where you're going and achieve these beautiful, great things, and you will. And I think it's kind of a test of courage through the late week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But by Sunday, I think that you're kind of confronting the feelings of, will I make it? Will I be able to achieve the things you want? And I think that you will. The Wheel of Fortune is here. So it's maybe like getting back on track on Sunday, seeing what you have to do to get back on track. All those things become priorities. Okay, so let's take a look at your Lenormand for the week. We have the Bridges, personal connections. Do I have the network to get to where I want to be? That's your kind of mantra. And then you have, I have a feeling that for some of you guys, there's been a real problem with continuity in friendship. So people haven't been always so great, or maybe there hasn't been a full balance and reciprocity between you and the people around you. Here is the next message. We have the Stars. So this is a little different than tarot, but again, it kind of reaffirms that you are on a good path. I really do feel like maybe you'll feel a little sense of doubt, a little bit of reflection, thinking about the past, which is in line with retrograde season. But overall, I think that you're on a great path, and I think that overall you will feel like you can take some time off and you can really recalibrate. Here is the next message, the Lucky Clover. Good luck and opportunity. Watch for clovers when they come into your life. They're really a signal of good luck and opportunity. I do feel like somebody's going to contact you with an invitation or want to reconnect in some way. And then we have the Clouds, improving. I do feel as though your situation is improving. I feel as though you're going in a new direction. The problems that you're facing are going to be taken out of the picture, and I do feel like you have things to look forward to. So look forward to them now, Taurus. Maybe some doubt or some anxiety, but I feel as though that has to do with the past and not the current circumstances, okay? Now let's move on to the next sign, Gemini. Gemini, hi guys. Happy birthday, Gemini. Okay, so let's take a look at your astrology first, and then we'll get into tarot and Lenormand. This week, there's just not that much going on, with the exception of Mercury leaving your sign and entering into Cancer. Of course, there's the retrograde period, but that's already started. It's full underway. We're getting really ready for next week, which is going to be huge. So, you know, let's take a look at your your cards or your astrology. I do astrology on Twitter if you're interested, at dailyish, or my handle is Veroosh Tarot, but hashtag dailyish. So if you're interested in some of this, I wrote quite a bit about Gemini this week because there's a lot in Gemini. So if you didn't watch the North Node video for Gemini, then you may have missed this point, but this is actually one of the busiest times of the year for you, the most fortuitous. This is the time when you have a lot of things going on in your direction. There's a big shift happening around you next week, and there's like a swing of the pendulum in a different direction. So you might be feeling as though apprehensive or holding your breath about it. I'll tell you guys about it soon, but do know that this is a very, very positive energy in terms of aligning with the direction that you need to go in. If you're really so afar from where you want to be, you might be feeling as though it's not feeling so great. But the events that are happening for you this week are meant to put you in alignment with your direction. They are really there to align you. In terms of your career, there could be friction because what's good for you may not be good for your career, or there could be competing things. Your career or your public life needs one thing, and it's time to move forward with those things at this time, while you privately feel really intent on addressing some things with matters of the heart, matters to do with, like, you just need to work through some things. That kind of energy is there. And I don't know what's most pressing. I think you're going to have to figure that out yourself, what you're being guided towards. It's probably a mix of both in your life. You have to do a bit of career focused stuff and a little bit of self-work, you know, introspection and kind of getting ready to go in a new direction. There is a full moon next week, right? So that's pretty big stuff. That means the sun is going to be in Gemini and the moon's going to be in Sag, in your 7th house of partnership, and that is an eclipse, so that will be monumental. So get ready for it this week. Let's do 5 cards for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Now, if you want to do your own order, like a pick a card, please do that. I usually do the daily, weekly. I haven't done it yet. I'm not sure if I'll get to it because I really want to do the members only content. But we can do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday just for your sign. Let's take a look at your cards. So Wednesday we have, and then Lenormand, 8 of Pentacles, working your butt off, and the 10 of Swords. So just working really hard and sort of, you know, when they say keep your head down and work, that's the energy. I'm not going to pay attention to this. I feel like you're saying on Wednesday, I'm not paying attention to this. I'm just going to grind it out and work hard. This is your Sun in Gemini card, so that could be pertaining to you. It could be interaction with a Sun in Virgo. And so I feel as though you're really trying to work at something that in a difficult environment. I'm going to tell you the truth. I feel like you're in a difficult environment and you're trying to work with a lot of distractions at this time, but I really do applaud you. So make that for working hard, and so really kind of try to minimize the outside noise. Thursday, let's see, we have the 3 of Pentacles. Hard work leads to some modified success, and 4 of Swords. So you feel like it's almost like you're cleaning really hard on Wednesday, and then by Thursday you feel like, okay, everything's kind of like I want it to be, and so I can feel a little bit of rest. Friday, let's see, we have the 10 of Cups, turnaround time, emotional high. I do feel like it's going to be a very nice season for you, and I don't want you to miss it, because at this time, with all these transits in Gemini, this is the only time this year in which the majority of these planets will be here. So this is a real, like, up and away transit. You'll feel a lot better through this transit, and no matter where you're at with things, I know you've been through a lot with this retrograde period in Capricorn, a lot of like deep, intense experiences and those kinds of things. but I do feel like it's time to just put as much light into your current circumstances, and then you will find your happiness within that. And then we have the moon, which is Piscean energy, which is in a direct conflict. You know, you're a mutable sign, and so is Pisces, right? So Pisces is up here in your 10th house, and it's that conflict of interest between maybe how do you say, personal happiness, but maybe with regard to your career, there's something that's tugging away at you, or that is problematic. Maybe there's some like intense energies to do with your career, but I do sense that by Friday you have like a more spiritful or happy disposition. You feel better. And then Saturday we feel the Emperor and the Strength card. So if you're dealing with a Leo, there may be a real strong connection between you and a Leo person. On the 27th, 28th, we have the moon in Leo. So, you know, that's over here. So whatever happens with the moon in Leo might lead to a very nice time for you on Saturday. Strong connection, bonding sessions. I feel like you get your feet firm on what you want or who you are. There's a real connection here, like a passionate connection between two people. It doesn't have to be romantic, but it is some kind of like very grounding energy, like this person is in your life. There's some trust there. Here is the next message for Sunday. We have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Three of Staves or staffs here. So you find out on Sunday something about something that you really want, something that's going to come in for you as a byproduct of probably some efforts in the past. I think that you'll really focus on work on Wednesday, and then Thursday it looks as though you'll work a bit, but then you'll have either accomplished what you have sought out to accomplish, or you take even an early weekend this weekend and have a little bit of fun, and like maybe close the, how do you say, keep something out of your life. You turn your back on something so that you can enjoy, you know, your weekend. Let's take a look at the Lenormand cards and see what they say. We have the Spyglass. So this is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I really like this version of the deck because it has extra cards and I like them. And then we have a closer look as a friend is leaving you disappointed. Now, let me point this out for you. This really coincides with your astrology here with Chiron and Lilith in your 11th house. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't find out that some friend is not as genuine as you thought they would be, or there's some kind of there's something in that's bugging you. Let's just leave it at that. It's frustrating, it's bothering you. And then but you're rising above it, you're working through it. It's one of those life's circumstances. We have the Owls. There's two cards for birds here. The Owls, important knowledge that is informative, that's being shared. A heart-to-heart with someone on Saturday, that's possible. And then Bridges, you find a certain, it's like leave it alone, and then it's going to find whatever it is that you're trying to manifest or make happen is going to find its path. It is going to find its way through. You're going to find that bridge to where you want to get, although you may feel at first as though daunted by how are you going to make something happen, or you might get distracted by other negative things and then feel as though like nothing's going to work out. You know how when we feel a little bit down, then everything gets kind of negative. But then I feel like by the weekend, I think you're feeling light and bright. And then we have the Labyrinth, problem solving, Gemini. You're going to whittle away at certain things. You're going to try to figure it out over and over. There's something that you're working on over and mulling over it. And that's a good energy for you, you know, to mull over, to stop and pay attention to something. Look over it again and again. Here's the North Node in Gemini with Venus retrograde, so it's quite reflective, right? Reflective on the past, not like a light reflection. Well, I mean, that's the figurative, but yeah, it's kind of a reflection on the past, thinking about the past or thinking about past situations. How can you do better? How can you you know, get more out of something, that kind of thing. Problem solving. It's good. It's a good vibe because you do have a tendency to just zoom on right out of there, but this is making you stop and think, and maybe there's some good sense in that. Okay, bye Gemini, have a good birthday. Okay, we have Cancer next. Hi Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at your astrology first, and then we will do your tarot and Lenormand. So for you, this is a quieter time of the year, and specifically even more so, very private time. The North Node is in your 12th house. If you haven't seen my video yet on this, North Node in the 12th house, the Sun in the 12th house, Venus retrograde in the 12th house, a lot of privacy things, a lot of, you know, Venus retrograde in the 12th house. I know I still haven't done the Venus retrograde dedicated video, but it could be pointing to the fact that there is this private feelings that you have about some relationships that you're working through at this time. So yeah, working through private feelings about relationships. And in fact, you know, the Sun right here, is that the Sun creating an aspect? That's a very loose grand trine then. I don't understand what that's about. I wouldn't agree that that's a trine energy between the Sun. People give Sun a lot of orb, but that's kind of makes it a loose orb. It's a nice grand trine energy, but that energy is kind of done. Okay, so we have Jupiter and Pluto in the 7th house of partnership, and that's going retrograde. There's a lot, and because there's so much retrograde activity in this area of your chart, anything that seems suspect, it probably is. So anything that makes you feel a little uncomfortable. On Twitter, I mentioned this to you guys. I posted it to Instagram too, how I got this download for you guys that something could be quite irritating. It's like, trust your instincts on your relationships with other people. If someone's showing up out of the blue, Venus retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, and it doesn't feel right, do not pursue it. Give it some room to think. The thing that's going to really give you some breath, or like some room to breathe, is if you can get out somewhere, depending on what your circumstances are, but just go and live in the world. Go be free. And I do sense a more private energy for you, meaning you want to be alone almost, or you are not so drawn to social things for a time. Just this week, the next 5 days. So I suppose you can do the next part as a pick a card, although I'm reading it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'll pick 2 cards for each day. At the end, I'll do Lenormand. So just you get a bigger sense. Let me know how you like it, the reading this way, okay? So, okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see your messages. Okay. So, Wednesday, Cancer, love you so much. Okay, so, oh, and Mercury's in Cancer. Hey girl, hey, sorry about that. So Mercury enters into Cancer as well. That's nice for you. It gives you a voice. It gives you an ability to, like, maybe say some of the things that are on your mind, but I do sense that you have very, very intense private feelings at this time about things. Very intense, like, your heart is weighed down with a lot of things, and you need that space to think about it. You need that space to work through it. Page of Swords for Wednesday, that's that speaking part, and the Tower. Ooh, when a Cancer speaks their mind, you know, it can be quite, ooh, like you really want to say something, but I have a feeling that you want to say something, but I have a feeling as though there's restraint. However, if you had said something, or if you will say something, I do feel as though there's going to be very intense energy around that. There's going to be, I wouldn't even say confrontation, but I do feel as though it's that feeling that you really want to say something, but maybe the consequences outweigh the positives of saying it, so maybe you hold back, or maybe you still want to develop a thought on what you're wanting to say. Maybe you're still wanting to figure out what you want to say and how. Okay, next message Thursday, we have the Three of Pentacles and we have the Three of Swords. So, Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, around work. Oh yeah, it's so funny. I wasn't even looking at your chart, but I was like, what's going on for their career? Well, Chiron and Lilith is in your 10th house. Okay. Although Lilith is now further away from Chiron, so things are getting better for you in the career field. There could have been some, you know, things coming out like, you know, for many of you, it could be very innocent. Someone did something to you, but you could have channeled that Lilith energy and been cutthroat or rough about things, and then had lived with the consequences of that hitting your Chiron, and therefore experiencing something in your career or in your work that felt quite unpleasant, although that's breaking up at this time. On Thursday, I feel like maybe you're working through that energy or whatever's going on for you around your career, where there's like a little bit of feeling hurt about your circumstances, and yet there's success there. So, you know, feelings hurt about something. Work can get tough. I mean, we say, oh, no feelings, it's professional. But I do feel like, you know, we're human, and I think that if you're not feeling anything, that's probably more problematic than feeling the fact that someone doesn't like you or they're stressed in a social situation around work or something like that. So have your feelings, they're healthy. Healthier than being a psychopath, right? Okay, so Friday, Eight of Pentacles, Sun in Virgo, work, Cancer, and we have the Ace of Staves. Work is going to produce a great outcome by Friday. You're going to feel accomplished with something that you have been tending to. Sun in Virgo energy, also new beginnings with Virgos if you are dealing with any. But I do feel like there's a sense of accomplishment, a week of hard work. It's now behind you. There's been a lot of personal feelings in your heart throughout the week. By Friday, you're just like, okay, I'm done so. You know, I made it through the week. Next week's going to be better. It's going to be more intense. We'll get to that in a minute, but in another video. But it is going to be, but you do feel a sense of accomplishment by Friday. And for those of you who have boyfriends or girlfriends, that's a hot date, this Ace of Wands, okay? If you know what I'm saying. Okay, so Saturday, let's see. We have the Nine of Cups. If you're going to a party, there could be a party for you on Saturday. Although I know social distancing, virtual party, right? And the Six of Swords. Some of you might be moving on from a situation. Some of you might be drinking alone. You could be like, or maybe in a small group of people to like leave a circumstance behind, to put circumstances behind you. It's this kind of closure energy on Saturday, it feels like. Just moving past, saying your piece to things. Remember, you are having a lot of personal moments at this time, like introspective moments. The emphasis is on you being with the energy in your heart and like feeling a way about it. It's all good. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles, although she's shopping. Amazon shopping, yes. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Lots of changes around you. Some of you are changing your place of work. Some of you are changing your home. Long-term planning on Sunday with possibly making plans for the future, like where will you live in the future? Where do you want to go from here? Those kinds of long-term plans. Lenormand for Cancer. Ooh, I see the star on the bottom. Lucky. So not completely alone. There's your mans. We have a man, and then we have the star. Things shift for the better. Waiting for someone. I have a feeling some of you are waiting for someone or waiting for something to begin. You almost feel like it's happening, but you feel restless. You know, many of you are separated from your partners because of quarantine, so that could be it. Like, there's this sense of like, okay, everything's confirmed, we have to just wait something out. And there's this sense of restlessness, like, okay, hurry this along. And then we have the bridges. Okay, I do have a feeling that you want to pull the trigger on something faster than it's happening. So like you want to move things along, you want to encourage you know, let's move in together so we can be in quarantine together. Those kinds of things maybe across your mind for some of you. And then we have the birds. There's this real, like, I want to move something along faster than it's naturally developing. That's really showing up for you, Cancer. There's this restlessness. I'm at home and I feel good at home, but I feel like that's me pretending to be you. So it seems to me like you're at home and you're happy to be at home, but there's this situation or a restlessness that you are trying to instigate to make go faster. You want it to develop faster, and you may be using a network of people to do that. You know, talking to different people and networking. I did sense the feeling that you should, if you're waiting on a relationship, I do sense that it's saying that you should take your time and fight the urge to hurry things along. It's like something's baking in the oven and you don't want to, you know, stick something in it and poke it, and then it will, like, I'm not a real baker or anything, but like deflate it or, you know, make it go bad. Okay, so that's for you, Cancer. Don't rush these circumstances that are coming up for you this week. Leo, hi Leo, welcome. Sorry about the noises. Okay, so Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hey guys, I am going to do your North Node video. It's a very hard video to do, and I got stuck with not doing it, and now it's like, where do I put it out? But you guys are getting your video very soon, and thank you for waiting. But let's take a look at your astrology for this week, then we'll do tarot and then Lenormand. So again, Leo, social time. And I wish it wasn't quarantine. I wish you know, could be out and about without any consequences. You know, reunions with friends. Really try to modify your social activities so the energy is there for you to make very powerful or viable social connections that are going to lead you in good directions, and especially reunions with people, reuniting with people, fixing your relationship with friends, speaking about the facts, clarifying the facts. This is a window of opportunity until next week for you to sort of sort things out with the people you've been interacting with for the last, let's say, year and a half. But I do feel as though there is this, how do you say, issue around things ending. There could be potentially, I mean, Mars is the other ruler of Scorpio in the 8th house. So very intuitive feelings about how things are developing around you and which way they're supposed to be. You also have the moon in your 1st house, which I love. It happens every single month for about 2.5 days. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I believe you have the moon in your 1st house. So in short, what I would say about astrology for you at this time is that you, despite the fact that it's quarantine, it's hard to socialize. It's very hard to socialize. So I'm sympathetic that you have this great social transit and in an environment that's kind of hard for socializing. But do try to get out there and put yourself out there. Do try to network in some way, even if it's through the internet or telephone, to just put yourself out there. Saturn's also gone retrograde in your 7th house, so the pressure is off in that aspect, partnerships, relationships. So you do have room to kind of recalibrate and improve, you know, whatever's been going on or address some issues. Now I'm going to pick 5 cards for Wednesday through Sunday. If you want to have your own order and do a little pick a card for a daily reading, please go ahead. I'm going to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, and I'll pick 2 cards for each. And then we'll do Lenormand. What else can I say? You know, Leo, with Chiron and Lilith in your 9th house, in terms of drawing conclusions or opinions about situations, I would give it a little bit of a break. Don't be so scared by your thoughts. You might be coming to conclusions or ideas that are intimidating, and they may not be as bad as you think. So you might have a predisposition to catastrophize, which means that you feel like things are worse off than they are. So take, be easy with your thoughts and feelings about circumstances. Okay, so let's see your cards for Wednesday, but you can choose any day of the week. We have the Eight of Pentacles, Virgo, Sun in Virgo. Lots of people are getting this. There's nothing in Virgo. The moon's moving into Virgo for early June. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, Venus in Virgo. So whatever you're doing, and Uranus is in your 10th house, which is great for career. It really is nice for career and public image, those kinds of things. Money is flowing, hopefully flowing for you well. And if it's not flowing for you well, whatever it is that you're doing on Wednesday will yield that. Or maybe early next week when the moon actually enters into Virgo, or on the weekend, when that happens, you might see some fruition of your hard work. Then we have Thursday, and we have the Page of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, possibly, but also new ideas, and Two of Swords. So Thursday, you're thinking about different options. Which way do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? There might be something new on the horizon, a new opportunity. With Uranus in your 10th house, you are going to live through several years of thinking of new opportunities and all these different wonderful things. So just enjoy that, and as new ideas show up for you in the shower or wherever they're showing up, then I feel like you should just nurture them and enjoy them, and don't feel anxiety if you have to let something go. You'll end up with the right formula in the end. Just be present and attentive. Next message is the Three of Pentacles, which is hard work, and the Moon. So Friday, you're going to leave work with some questions on your mind. You might feel like something's not being fully completed yet. This is Mars also in your 8th house. Remember, it's that kind of I feel like a tenuous feeling towards endings and changes around Julio. And like I said, with Chiron and Lilith in your 9th house, you might have a predisposition to have darker thoughts about things than is the reality of them. So just don't be overwhelmed by what you think is to be true. It might not be as true as you think. And then we have the Strength card for Saturday, and the Five of Pentacles. You might seek the support of a friend on Saturday. Talk to a friend, reach out to friendship to talk about your feelings. I do think as though for your career, you're thinking it's about time for a change. The Sun is in your 11th house of friendship, and so that means that's right here. So that means that friends are a huge part of your life right now, and on Saturday, I do feel like you're mulling over some things to do with work, which direction you want to go, and what do you want to do next. And I feel like you might turn to a friend to have that conversation, and that's your card right there. The next message is the Knight of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, possibly. Are you working really hard? And the King of Pentacles. Ooh, Leo. So this is Moon in Virgo, by Sunday night. I feel like very concrete plans about world domination or world hard work, getting there. I do feel as though you're in the right company, making big plans. It's all about serious money. I think that you're going to, on Sunday, make some kind of possibly even a boss move or a boss decision, going in some concrete direction. I think you're frustrated with the previous week and maybe some time before that with regard to your career. And I think that you're going to make some kind of use your Sunday hours into good use to produce a better outcome for things. Next cards, we have the Ship, possible travel towards someone, but we know some of us are limited by this, but I do feel like you're reaching out to someone, or maybe even someone from the past. You could be spending time at their home together, or possibly, you know, each person in their home kind of hanging out and talking. Very powerful communication for you between yourself and other people. People will be the source of valuable information for you at this time. I feel like you have very serious people around you, people who are very dependable, people who you can count on. And then we have the Mans. He's been showing up for a lot of people. Let's see the last card before. And the Anchor. I think that this is sort of your future of where you are going ultimately with things. I do feel as though right now it's really about maybe taking control over some of the things that you're supposed to have control over. Let me clarify. So such things as, you know, like your career and your like mindset, or which direction you want to go with things. And you know that, like you sense that ultimately that will lead to this outcome, this relationship, or a more deepening of a relationship you're already in. And I feel like your focus right now has to do with your career and tangible monetary things. And there may be some foreshadowing by this weekend of what's about to come. You're sensing that relationship is coming in. You're sensing that there's someone around you who will soon be worth noting, or that you should be paying attention to someone a bit more. There's some kind of seriousness coming through for your relationship, okay? Or if you have no relationship, there's a relationship on the horizon for you, okay? Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys soon with the North Node video. Okay, so next, Virgo. Hey, Virgo. Let's see. I'm going to get your chart up here so we can chat. Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgos. Hey, guys. So, okay, so for Virgos, it's 10th house of career and Venus retrograde. Woo, big energy, right? So, addressing things from the past, working through things from the past. The energy is strong for you now, Virgo. This is, you know, this transit right here, Taurus to Gemini. Ooh, it's a doozy. It's a good one. And it's kind of the beginning of your, you know, I love this part of the zodiac, because when the sun hits right here in the 9th house, that's when things really pick up in your life, no matter what sign it is. So by the time we're getting into Taurus, Virgos are really picking up steam for in line in a whole transit that will end up in their birthday. So you're in the kind of full steam ahead kind of energy here. And this year it's different because we have the North Node, of course, heading to the top of your zodiac. So that's going to be a very good energy. You know, if you should be feeling bright and light, and bounce back from things is actually quite strong. So if something happens, Virgo, you're going to bounce back really nicely. Okay, so tarot doesn't lie. You can do pick a card Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or you can go along with my order, which is just linear. Okay, and then we're going to do Lenormand next. What else can I tell you? Virgo, you're going to get your moon by Sunday. Not that moon, but like you're going to get, some of you, moon in Virgo on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to feel really good. So enjoy the energy, okay? All right, so I just want to get this down because it's going to, ooh, don't turn around because you're going to see my heart breaking. Yep. Okay, so, okay. Let's see, Wednesday, your energy. All right. So, okay, so we have Two of Pentacles, Virgo. This is the first time I saw the Two of Pentacles today. And the Emperor. There's like a lot of work with regard to something. It might be career, the Emperor, because it's your 10th house, or regarding a person in your life that's quite important in your life. I have a feeling that there's a lot of like weight on your shoulders about something. There's a lot of responsibility there. Mars is in your 7th house. It can be quite demanding, and there's a retrograde period through your 5th house. I have a feeling that Virgo, your relationships, which have been really flying high, are sort of overshadowed by the transits in your 10th house and your 7th house. So demands from partners and relationships, potentials for endings with regard to dynamics between yourself and others, like you know, the truth and the nature of, like, are we really in it together, is coming through, and it can be quite salty, you know, like salt on wounds. Like, it, like, let's say, you know, like in the marriage, like, how equal is this partnership? Or, you know, there could be some very, like, tough questions being asked about whatever kinds of agreements you're in, especially ones to do with money. But your career is just light and bright, and so it's pulling you in that direction. It could be completely overshadowing all of these retrograde periods into your 5th house. Things could be coming up for you, but they're just not on your radar. You're too focused on whatever you need to take care of. Primary relationships and career, that's on your mind. The next message is the 10 of Cups. This is Thursday, happiness, and the 6 of Cups. Hey, well, speaking of love, reciprocity, right? He keeps on giving you shine, and you keep shining, girl. Up and up you go. That was a post that I had on Twitter, at Veroosh Tarot, #dailyish. Go check that out if you want astrology there. But I do feel as though by Thursday, or whatever day of the week you picked for this pile number 2, I do feel as though you are getting some really compassionate energy from someone who you have a profound relationship with. And it feels like a struggle on Wednesday, but by Thursday it's bountiful. And then we have Friday, King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, not all. And then we have the 10 of Wands, responsibilities, the weight of consequences. There's just like a heaviness there on Friday. I have a feeling that somebody has a very dogmatic worldview, a very inflexible one, and that leaves you with a lot of responsibilities because they're not so flexible to be, and that leaves you with more, right? So you're in a situation in which someone's way of being is leaving you with more responsibilities, and there's an inability there for them to do otherwise. So you're up against that. Maybe this is your own lack of flexibility, although I do feel like for many of you this is someone you're dealing with that's leaving you with more work than is fair. But it's almost like their inability to be flexible. Okay, Saturday, oh, hard work for you on Friday. And then Saturday, this is when the moon starts moving into Virgo, I believe. I think it starts moving in here. And then we have 3 of Pentacles, outcomes, and King of Pentacles. Virgo, you're going to earn your keep. I keep on feeling this like ebb and flow for you on this day. There's this, you know, kind of like hard work here, and then like being spoiled with love and attention, and then hard work, and then coming into your own as a byproduct of your hard effort and really owning your stuff. Here is the next message for Sunday. We have the Ace of Wands, and we have the 5 of Cups. It is bittersweet because you wish that other people, I picked up on that very clearly, Virgo. There's that bittersweetness. You know, you're going to feel this quite a bit, but much less than you have been in the last several weeks, because Chiron and Lilith were together in your 8th house. That would have been like the worst aspects of whatever you share with other people coming through. Their laziness, their lack of flexibility, their lack of ability to vibe and to coordinate, those kinds of things. Look, you're still feeling that, but it's going to feel much less pressing, and as Lilith leaves that area, so she would have made it feel much worse, and now you're going to get kind of room to breathe, although it still will be a factor. Whatever it is going on is real. It's not a fabrication. So you have this sense, like you have this joie de vivre. You want to go in a specific direction. You feel all this energy pushing you in some kind of new direction. But there's this sense of like, there is a bitterness there. Like, I wish they were coming along. I wish they were participating in the same way as I am. I wish that they had the energy, or I wish that they could understand what I'm doing. You know, I wish that they could be on the same page as me. I wish they could feel as excited about this as I do. That's what I'm getting for you. We have the labyrinth. So it's like the ebb and flow, working it out, mulling it over and over, Rover. And then you have the lilies. Okay, I got these lilies as a gift here, the exact same ones. Well, not mine are prettier. So there they are. I'll put them in a video soon. But yeah, so we have lilies, time and experience. I think you're reaching an achievement of some kind, Virgo. Something that you have been working, like you're reaching a plateau of your efforts in some, like you're reaching, it's not a plateau, not like you're not going to grow after this, but you're achieving some standard or some high expectation. You're meeting that point. And a lot of wisdom is being shared between people. This has shown up in the center position at least 2 or 3 times already. Wisdom is being shared between people, and people are elevating their minds and their thoughts and sharing opinions with each other. There's a real close connection between people. There's this real kind of empowerment, you know, rising to better circumstances, and you will have to navigate around people. I'm trying to be delicate here, but I do sense that you're in some way navigating around difficult people who will not get on with the program. They're just going to be stuck in their ways. But I do feel as though you have a lot going on for you, and the big struggle here is to celebrate what you have going on and manage your relationships with the people who just are not with it, you know. And then you have the mice, and really protecting yourself from a loss due to those kinds of relationships. And then we have the bridges. You are going to get reprieve from this. Remember, next week is a huge week. And for you, it's a square from Virgo. So that's going to be in Gemini. So I feel like you should keep your chin up and keep plugging away at it, because what feels like a big barrier or potential threat or a lack of motivation from others is going to be transformed next week, and you're going to see better outcomes. So just hold on tight for the rest of the week. Enjoy your time of the heartfelt connection you are sharing with this other person, and yeah, just wait for next week. It's going to get better, Virgo. It's going to get lighter. It isn't a bad week, and what it feels like, it's not a bad week. It feels like there's just someone who is defiant energetically for whatever reason. I think it's probably a personal problem which has nothing to do with you. So they're being negative about something, probably because you're winning, so whatever. Okay, Virgo. So whatever, clever. Now we're going to do Libra next. Hi, Libras. How are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Juno in your first house. I love Juno in the first house. She's the ideal partner, the ideal wife. A lot of people might be looking to you for, you know, just seeing the perfect you. However, partnerships may not be the easiest thing at this time. Some of you might be going through interpersonal issues with your partners, heaviness, intensity, that kind of thing. But I think that you should be looking for novel ideas, novel solutions in your life. On Twitter, I saw for you guys a message, which I think I posted on Instagram too, that Libra is on the horizon, see something coming up, and this week it's all about getting ready for it. And I think that you do see first the changes that are coming. There's a massive pendulum shift that's happening next week with the eclipse and other transits going on in early June. And so there's definitely just a shift to things that you're becoming aware. You know those, I forget, muskrats, right? They kind of pop up and they look and they kind of sense something's coming. You have that feeling this week that something is coming up, that you have to get ready. You have a lot of energy, Libra, so just use it. Use it and you will do well. Mercury does move into your 10th house of career, public communication, public image, PR. That's really all your strengths at this time, okay? So now I'm going to take 5 cards. You can do a pick a card, or we can do just Wednesday through Sunday. So you can choose your own order or come play along with me. Okay, let me just get all the cards. I'm giving you guys 2 cards for every day, just because I felt like it. Let me know if you prefer 1 card or 2. I like 2, just for variety. Although these cards, actually, you'll see they're very similar and they blend really well together, which is strange because it's totally different artwork. But then we're going to do Lenormand. Okay, Wednesday, Libras. Let's see. We have the 5 of Swords and we have the 6 of Staves. So I think that there's a victory for you in a disagreement. And specifically what we were talking about, partnership, which is right over here. There could be a tit for tat with a partner, difficult conversations. I think you say also something from deep within your heart. This is the IC line in the South Node here. I don't know if you guys saw my North Node reading. I really recommend that you check it out for Libras, because this is a very key transit for you at this time. It's very powerful. It has to do with your childhood. It's connecting your past lives through your childhood. You have the ability to speak forward, like very profound truths at this time. And for other people and for yourself, you're just that microphone, or like that ability to speak, the speakerphone, you know, of whatever it is that needs to be said. I sense that there's irritation for you in your partnerships. I sense that there could be like an ongoing dispute with someone. But I do feel like on Wednesday and actually all week, you do have the ability to address it very well and maybe even find closure for it. Ace of Wands everywhere for everyone. It's spring, it's summer. And then we have the Tower. I love aces when they come through with the Tower. It's very, very common actually. So something new begins and then you have to let something go. Uranus in your 8th house will bring a lot of change like this. So you find something new that you're interested in on Thursday, some new information or whatever direction you're going, and that consequently leads you to either letting go of something or just passing it by or whatever, just finding closure for something. Okay, Friday, let's see. We have the Judgment card. Okay, big decision Friday, and the High Priestess. There's your vision. There's something coming on the horizon. Too bad I don't have more placements in Libra. I have my Mars and Pluto there, so that's not that bad. But I do have a feeling, and if you look back on my Twitter a couple days ago, or on Instagram, you'll see that message. I could see you just, you see something. That's the High Priestess. You see something on the horizon. There's something emerging, and there's a big decision that you're making. And it's a decision that you're making before it happens. It's like you have the inside idea. Like, you know when you notice something before everybody else does, and you're like, that's something to focus on? That's you this week. So follow your gut instinct. Saturday, okay, 3 of Cups. By Saturday, if you are in a relationship that you've won an argument at and there's like a separation, you will reunite by Saturday. So I don't think it's like a huge like breakup or anything, but it might be a pause. So if you're anxious about a relationship that's faltering and you're scared to stand up for yourself, that it's going to break up or that it's going to go bad, I do feel like maybe it's a little bit of a boomerang. Like you will assert yourself, you will be successful. It's not going to be name calling. It's going to be, this is the behavior that's causing me distress, or that's the thing that's bothering me, and maybe that person won't take it so well at first, but I think very quickly there will be a reprieve. I don't think it's coming from a hateful place. And then we have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I wonder if there's a Libra I need to see. King of Pentacles, maybe an earth sign. Reunion with someone, somebody comes through with like a very firm sort of reaching out towards you firmly. Somebody really wants to just put themselves towards you in a profound way. They're just not, they're being very present. Like, here I am, Libra, you know, I'm your astro man. And it could be friendship. It doesn't have to be anything. But there is this very, like, good energy, solid Saturday, and you'll feel good. You'll have a good time. And then we have the Tower again for Sunday. You're going through something. And then we have the Six of Cups, reunion. Something is freeing you up for a much closer relationship. Something is freeing you up for bonding. Something is freeing you up for, like, the mental things that stop you from being in a relationship with someone. They're breaking apart and falling away. And I think that it's bringing you bonding and a deeper sense of connection. There's something kinetic happening, and I feel like you're the one pulling the trigger on things. I feel like you're the one who is just pulling the trigger on something or going in a certain direction, and you're making a bold move because you see something on the horizon and you're calling the shots. Libra, watch you, and you should do it. You should definitely do it. You know, Venus retrograde, I feel like, you know, this is the time when you reconnect with people, and people say, oh, when Venus goes direct, you're going to lose them. There's a reason for that, and I'll explain to you guys later what that is, but I do feel like you're getting an opportunity to say what you need to say to people, reconcile with people, find closure with others, and that shouldn't be things that you should shy away from. You know, if you need to say goodbye to like a ex-boyfriend forever, then do it so that life can begin. But I do feel like there's a little bit of irrationality here, which is great. Like approaching a situation without so much rational thought and just being like, I want to be here, I want to be present, and I'm going to make this big decision right now because that's the way I want to go. And you're going to lead with your heart, you know? So that might be okay. Venus is your ruler, right? So, okay. So we have the garden, a plethora of opportunities. So many different choices, so many different places to go. And I think that you're going to be doing quite a bit of reflecting about which direction is best for you, and even asking other people what their input is. And a formal communication. Okay. Formal communication, trying to establish which direction you're going to go. It's like literally maybe putting a letter in the mail about something, or receiving a letter about the mail with the owls here. It could be even legal. And then we have the fox, trying to see the perspective on something. And then we have the key. You're going to have very good luck. I wanted to see it. You have perception about something that's coming up, and you understand how to go about it in a very practical and good way. And I feel like there is some goal that you're trying to attain. And I think that anything that's coming towards you that is disruptive, that's kind of, you know, how do you say, shaking you up or something like that, I think that you're going to maneuver around it quite well. I think you're very strong. I think that you're almost about to get your goal. And I think when you get to this stage, whatever the goal that you're trying to achieve is, I think that once you get into this direction, I think that it's going to open up a world of possibilities that are very, very nice for you. Like just very good circumstances that you are going to look forward to, okay? Yeah, there's just a lot to look forward to at this time, and I feel like there's a situation that is coming up for you. I don't want to say that you know it yet. I feel like you sense it. I feel like you sense that there's a change coming up. It might be unexpected, actually. But I think that when it happens, I do feel like you're going to make some very good change that's going to allow you to have a new beginning at something, and is going to open up, like I said, a door of opportunities. I think you may be closing out certain things, Libra, actually. You might be closing out some things that are irritating, things from the past, things that are past due, things that like you're done with, you know? Donezo for now, and making some change. Good, Libra, good for you. The main thing that I'll say is pay attention to your instincts. Read my Twitter. I think that it'll be helpful. Okay? All right. So now we're going to take a look at Scorpio. Hey, Scorpio. How are you guys doing? Scorpio's on a love mission. Love mission, Scorpio. Yes. Okay, so we have love mission with Scorpio. Let's do this. I love love with Scorpio. There you go. We have the fifth house, Mars in Pisces. Very loving energy, but very like romantic, more so than everything else. Like you're a love demon right now. And if you're in a situation in which you can go and find love and, you know, find intimacy without the complications, because it is Venus retrograde, then put yourself out there. Even from the time that I'm reading, the moon is going straight from your 10th house to your 11th house, social. You know, you have those very social instincts at this time. You're on point and kind of thinking about things in a different way, about what kind of love you want or what kind of love is good for you. And also you're communicating your hearts, your true intentions, your change of the heart in a good way as well. So overall, very good for love, whether you're in love or not in love. You are weighed down by this transit. I mean, it is Saturn alongside your IC with Jupiter and Pluto. Heavy-handed things to do with childhood, heavy-handed things to do with truths about who you are, where you come from, what it all means. But overall, romantic, Scorpio, very romantic. It's not as romantic as you get, but this is where you get dreamy. This is where your heart opens up and you get a sense of what you truly want. And whatever you have a sense of what you truly want right now, it might be really indicative of where you should go. It might be really indicative of the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay? Oh, I just got a download, and I'll tell you guys this. Hold on, let me formulate it. It might be for you. It's like, okay. It's like it's like a complex download. It's all about how shame and how, let me just think about it, because I started thinking about it, it escaped me, and I want to say it well. It's about don't let life, people, circumstances shame you away from what you are, and pretend as though that which you are is somehow insufficient to getting what you want, right? And that comes first, and we internalize those external stimuli, and then we project that through our feelings and through our attitudes and opinions about ourselves. So we have self-deprecating or belief systems that say we can't achieve the love that we want, or we can't achieve the things that we want because so and so and such, but essentially it's all there for you. And yeah, I don't think that was quite the download. Hold on. It's like, just believe in yourself and know that this, believe it. Oh, Two of Cups. Look at this, dear. So you have the Two of Cups. So believe in yourself and know that you can go and enjoy the things you, it's, you know, it's really, the download is, it's really subtle, but it's all about that internalization process of what other people say, of what we've experienced, and how we've internalized that, and how we replicate what we've internalized, and then replicate that in our life over and over again. So, you know, you had a certain type of experience, in love, in friendship, in family. And then you internalize the beliefs of other people and what they've said to you, how things went, and now you replicate that on your own. And so try to find freedom from that, and try to find freedom in this, in the entitlement, in the best sense of the word, of feeling, and it's not entitlement when you own it, you own yourself. So flow into your own ownership of the self and do what you want without these second guessings. And especially at this time with, you know, the disease and stuff, I think that it's important. I think we're all reminded to live, you know, for what we truly want. We have to live for what we truly want. And I think that collectively that's allowing more people to feel that way, and that's allowing us as individuals to explore that side of ourselves. So you might have more room to wiggle, dear. Okay, so you have Wednesday. So let's see, you can choose any order. 3 of Swords, broken heart, and the 10 of Pentacles, loyalty. So you're loyal towards someone, but there's a broken heart associated with it. So it's, I don't know if you're loyal to someone despite the fact that things are not going anywhere, or you know, even within your heartbreak you feel loyalty and trust towards someone. But that's the center point of Wednesday. It's just very like, you know, things are not what they should be or not what you want, but there's that still underpinning, or maybe holding on to something from the past, or reflecting on something from the past. Maybe the relationship is over, but you still feel loyalty towards that person. Then you have the Gemini lovers on Thursday, and the 2 of Cups. Ooh, see, I told you, romantic Scorpio. Didn't this card show up already for you? I love when that happens. It's such a good vibe, right? So Thursday, loving. You have the most loving energy, I'm telling you. Put yourself in the way of love. If you're so single and not ready to mingle, then, you know, put on a rom-com. Whatever you need to do, do it. But put yourself in the way of love. On Thursday specifically, I think you're going to have like a stronger experience with it. Friday, we have the 5 of Cups, again, sad 4 of Swords. Give yourself peace on Friday to work through disappointments and expectations of things that are not working out quite the way that you want them to be. I think you probably have pretty high expectations. Saturday, we have the Temperance card, Sagittarius, and the Ace of Wands. Everybody's getting this. A new desire to move forward, excitement about something. This is the Sagittarian card. I think I said this, but I feel like a new creative pursuit for some of you guys. Scorpios are some of the best artists, right? So, in my opinion anyway, but there's so many famous artists that are born during Scorpio season. We have the Ace of Staves. Saturday's going to be super creative. So far, Thursday and Saturday. Thursday feels very loving energy, connection with other people, just love and trust. And Saturday is this kind of, how do you say? Saturday is a, like a very creative, forward-moving energy. I want to go forward in this direction and check something out. Then we have the Empress, okay, and then we have the 5 of Staves, okay. So, you're experiencing stress, you know, in different moments. Sunday, stress, worried about how things will come across to someone that you care about, trying to get on the same page as someone else. There's a very romantic feeling towards wanting to bring distance between, bringing closeness between you and someone else who is at a distance from you. There's a real longing and a missing energy, and it shows up on Wednesday and on Sunday the most. There's this, how do you say, like, melancholia on Friday, in which it says very clearly take some time out on Friday and work through your feelings. It's almost like PMS, you know, like you're having like a just a negative Nancy day. Sorry to the Nancys out there. Okay, so negative Nancy day. Okay, so let's see your Lenormand cards. So we have the Sky. So someone might check you, Scorpio, or you may have. Now, I don't think you're checking someone else. I think you're just wide open, and I think somebody's gonna throw something in your face and say, you know, are you up for it? Like, you put your actions where your words are, where your heart is, and then you have that pushes you and challenges you to accept something good and be happy about something. I think you're moving very much forward towards something that you truly want. And then we have the bears. And so, yeah, just protective energy, nurturing energy, probably to do with the Empress. There's this like very, very nice closeness between yourself and someone else. It's you know, and if you're single, Scorpio, then you're in that mindset for finding it. So you're in like the peak energy of finding someone really good right now. I know that we're all limited with social distancing. We have the Well. Really time for those of you who are single, like make your magic happen. You know, the energy is ramping up to an eclipse, and the eclipse is going to happen in your second house of money. We'll talk about that next week, but still, an eclipse will be good across the board for you. And check out your sun, moon, and rising. Just, you know, put your pennies into that well, proverbially speaking, but just put the energy out there. It's, you know, nothing's holding you back from going in the direction you want to go now. And I have a feeling that there's something more about this situation that you still need to learn about, but it's not something that's going to deter from it. It's not going to be something that is going to be difficult. It's just there's another aspect to things that you're not aware of. Okay? Thanks, Scorpio. I'll see you soon. And then we are moving on to Sagittarius. Okay. Sun, moon, and rising. Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Hi, Sag. Sorry, I was thinking about something. Downloads. Sometimes they're private, sometimes they're for clients, sometimes they're for you guys. Hi, guys. So, Sag, sun, moon, and rising. What's going on in your chart? Well, it's a really good time for partnership issues. Really an increase of focus on relationships, an influx of people coming into your life and being like, hey girl, hey, what's going on? You know, I've had so many strange people I don't know contact me, because Sag is mostly my first house, so this gong show is happening in my 7th house. So I do have like a lot of people coming around, people I don't know. It's just weird energy, so you might be sharing in some of that with me. But overall, it's very good for partnerships if you have one. If you're single, working out through past relationships, whatever needs to be worked out. I do feel as though there's quite a focus on home life and doing things around the home, or, you know, devoting time to the home. Did you see my new plant? I'll show you guys in a moment, but that's the fern right here. And, you know, plants in the home, like new things coming in that way. I do feel as though you're a little bit sensitive about like joy in your life, and you enjoy joy at this time more solitarily as opposed to with a bunch of other people. Although you may be sharing in the joy of, you know, life, or you're sharing in joy with one other person. Specifically, if you have a partner, then that can be very close. It's not for a lack of attention, but I do feel as though you're really turned in. In fact, if you know a Cancer, sun, moon, and rising, there's my fern, you might be find that you and a Cancer have the most to talk about at this time. You and a Cancer might have the strongest energy at this time. So okay, so let's see. We have 5 cards for Wednesday through Sunday. You can pick a card and choose each day of the week for yourself, but I'm going to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. And then I'm going to do Lenormand last. What else can I tell about Sag? I do sense this kind of hermit journey by yourself, like wandering, exploring, seeing different things, you know, evoking new ways of doing things. There's just this, there's a bunch of fresh and new energy, okay? Let's see your cards. And I picked 2 cards for every day. Let me know if you like that. So we have the 4 of Cups and we have the King of Cups. So right on Wednesday, there's an offer from someone who you really love. Some of you might receive an offer of love from someone who you truly love, someone that's really deep within your heart. I hope it's not less than what you're expecting, but I do feel as though somebody is bringing forward their best energy in a very loving way. Thursday, we have the 3 of Wands, and so I have a feeling that you're waiting for the outcome, probably to whatever happens on Wednesday. And we have the High Priestess. You get some insights and some truths about your relationships with other people. So this is like somebody's coming in really strong on Wednesday. You feel fulfilled. You feel like you're getting everything that you want, that they're showing up the way that you want them to. And then on Thursday, I feel like there's a little bit of a pullback where you're, again, more within yourself, thinking about what's actually happening. How do you feel about it? What are they really about? There's those kinds of questions. And then Friday, we have the Sun. And then we have the 6 of Cups. Ooh, Sag, you've got the best reading. You might want to watch the Scorpio reading, because it's very lovey-dovey too, especially if some of you are dating Scorpios, and so that would be, you know, the energy is very similar, very loving, very kind of bountiful energy. Friday, love, just straight up love and happiness on Friday for you. A lot of reflection about the past, about feeling fulfilled. There's just a sense of joy and fulfillment. Saturday, 3 of Cups. Reunion, reconnecting with friends, and the Devil, which could be Capricorn, and that would be your 2nd house. Party time, hey girl, hey. Party time, a more superficial day on Saturday, nothing too deep. And then Sunday, we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. One-on-one time with someone, and I feel as though it's going to be superficial comes through. It's like there's much more happening than what you're doing on the weekend, but you don't delve into those deeper things that are going on. So you could be having like a profound connection with someone on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then by the weekend you spend time with other people and just don't mention it. You sort of keep it to yourself and keep it hush hush, or think about what's going on, reflect on, you know, the offers that have been made or how you feel about things, and just sort of hang out and reflect on what you want, what's it all about, and how do you want to approach things. Okay, so then we have the Tree. So this is like very much to do with the roots of the situation. We have the Mars and Ceres and Neptune in your 4th house of home and family, laying down roots, profound connection with other people, laying down roots and going in a specific direction. This is like more commitment, you know, just a more long-term commitment. You have the really good friend. I feel as though some of you are meeting like the partner of your lifetime. I feel like some of you are like really truly, I'm going to turn up the lights in here because it's gotten, the sun's not as direct anymore. Okay, so I do feel as though you're really, it comes on really strong right from Wednesday. You're probably feeling it now, that there's a very important relationship you have begun that will have far-reaching consequences. Now, Venus retrograde, I know, but it's in your 7th house. And so if you want to protect yourself from a potential heartbreak at the end of Venus retrograde, you don't want to do certain things with that person, but you can still talk to that person and explore what the energy's about. And then if it works out, great. And if not, then you've learned something. There's a reason it's there. It's not like you want to shut the door on some energies that's coming up. It's coming up for a reason, so you see it, right? So you learn from it. It's not like, I don't want to learn this part, you know, I don't want to learn algebra, so I'm just not going to learn it, and I'm going to pretend like you know, it doesn't work that way. You don't get to pick and choose certain lessons. And so, I got irritated. Then you have the Sun, okay, very, very happy. I just really want you to have this happiness in your life. And then you have the Woman. It's like you're setting down roots. You're feeling very good things, prosperous things. And then you have be careful for gossip. Don't be careful who you tell what you're going through and like what's going on. I think that some of that might be better kept to your heart, in your own heart, because big things are beginning. So to talk about them now might be like too early to tell, or you don't want anything to jeopardize it because it's kind of a big deal. Okay. All right. Ooh, big. I have the T on Sag. There I go. Here we go. Okay. So next we have Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. Welcome. I want to say sorry for not doing your North Node reading yet. You are getting your reading soon. And yeah, it'll be good. I just want to give, it's like a 45-minute reading. So I want to do it justice. But what we can do now is your reading for this week, and I can show your astrology. We'll do some tarot, some Lenormand. Okay, so what we have is a focus in your 6th house, working hard, communication with a partner as Mercury moves into your 7th house, heart-to-heart conversations. You're really good at communicating right now. So there's two kind of things that you're on, two different paths. You're in the one path, you are very much focusing on getting something done. You're very much focusing on putting your thoughts and actions to something. On another level, you have a very emotive energy that has you communicating in a very profound way. And so I feel like, yeah, you're communicating in a very profound way with very meaningful things being said. So it's like, it's not necessarily a lot, but whatever you are saying or whatever you're hearing from important conversations, they're very like groundbreaking moments that really touch the heart, things that you will not forget for many, many years, I suspect. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of a pick a card / Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday reading. So you can either choose your own order, or you can just go along with, you know, what I'm saying here. Okay, and I'm going to do 2 decks. And yeah. 1, 2. So Capricorn, there is this energy coming up for you that you have some kind of a disagreement or discord with someone who is very stubborn and stuck in their ways. And I have a feeling that you really love this person, but also at the same time that their behavior is very defiant of what you feel is like healthy relationship or a healthy way of doing things. So you feel caught and you have no way to, they have to make their own decisions, but like I just feel like you feel threatened by how they're conducting themselves. Okay, so Wednesday we have Knight of Wands. I think you want to get the Ace of Pentacles. You want to go after something fast, but you want to get the crap out of Dodge really fast. Get the crap out of Yuma, but also pursue something very quickly. There's something that you see that you really want that you go after fast on Wednesday. Thursday, let's see, we have the Fool, a new beginning. and the Page of Wands. A creative new beginning. Look, new beginning, Wednesday, Thursday. It's like your instincts go off and you go after an opportunity, and with that comes a lot of new things. So that's quite exciting. I'm not sure, probably to do with work, but it could be something to do with your life in general also. Instinct to change, instinct to, it feels like they're all looking over here or something. So you're looking back at something and you're possibly making a decision to change based on that. And then Friday we have the Hermit and we have the High Priestess. So a lot of people on Friday, when the moon moves into Virgo, are going to start reflecting on things. For you, that's the 9th house of ideas. So you're definitely going to take a step back and think about what's going on and which way you want things to go. Just really some concluding thoughts on things, like insight. And then we have Saturday, we have the Sun. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Saturday. With happiness moving towards something, I think that you're going to have a pause on Friday and then go really full force in the direction you want to go by Saturday. Sunday, we have the Ten of Pentacles, loyalty and trust, and we have the Emperor. Wow, you're really going after something. Hey, Capricorn, full speed ahead. You're going to pause on something and think about what's going on Friday, but I feel like very quickly, it could be even a relationship, something could really start happening very quickly for you this week. Hold on, I'm moving around. So a lot of sitting there for like almost 2 hours. It'll be 2 hours by the time I'm done. Okay, so you have, yeah, just definitely going in some sort of direction. And so I have a feeling that, yeah, definitely going towards something full blast, and you will on Friday collect your thoughts, but then I think you're going to basically double down on the direction you're going. I just feel very, very confident, very successful. Whatever's playing out in your life is a big deal right now. You are going to get a full moon eclipse in your 12th house next week, so that's going to, this could be the end of a cycle with regard to something that had come up in your mind in the subconscious, like a subconscious reality has manifested in your life, and now it's at the end of that cycle, and so you're reaping the consequences of whatever belief you had nurtured. So you had nurtured some kind of belief, and now you have nurtured some kind of belief, and from that you are reaping the rewards of this. I have a feeling that someone strong-armed you into something a bit. Someone had strong-armed you into something, someone had strong-armed you into something and you were resistant to it, but I feel like maybe the overall lesson has been a good one, like it has gained you benefits. We have the book, we have secrets and information being shown or shared. We have the bridges, 2 different opportunities, something before you. There's a decision to be made between 2 different options with the new information that you're about to receive. Then we have the stars. You're going in a very powerful direction, Capricorn. Very, very powerful direction. I mean, the South Node has left your sign, and so it's a pretty big week for you, and especially before this eclipse. And then choosing a direction, which is the compass, and we have the labyrinth. Mulling over, trying to figure it out. You're in the crux of change. You're in that real epicenter of a shift and a change, and you're going in a new direction. It's quite exciting, and I feel like you feel very passionate about the new direction. I do feel as though you are also quite new to something, or something very novel is coming in your life, and in the best possible way. And I feel like the Emperor and loyalty, you could be settling down with someone or settling into something in a very kind of, you know, it's full steam ahead for you, Capricorn, for sure. Okay, good week. This is just a weekly reading. Everybody's getting this like because it's right pre-eclipse, so everybody's like, the world is changing, da da da. You know? Okay, so Aquarius is next. Hi Aquariuses, my little weirdos. How are you guys doing? Okay, so let's check it out. Let's see what's going on for you guys over the next 5 days. So Saturn, we know that Saturn is going retrograde into Capricorn, right? Saturn's going retrograde into Capricorn, and that's a good thing. You need a break from that energy. You need to baby. You need to basically get that out. Maybe some of you guys are getting babies. Congratulations if you are. So there's definitely this kind of you may have, and I have a moon in Aquarius. I'm like your soul sister, soul brother energy, and so I have a feeling that it's been humbling, huh? It's been like I don't know. It's just they pull out all the stops, don't they? In like labeling things, or you know, it's just the way you break ground is by being daring, but also by being daring, that's where people feel uncomfortable, and that's where people tear you down. So, you know, and especially around things like words, Chiron and Lilith in their third house of communication, you know, and Mercury is now the ruler of the third house is now in Cancer, in your sixth house. This is a good time to start clarifying things, albeit also very much reflecting on like where the criticism has left you or how you feel about things, but you definitely get a break from the intensity of the last couple months. And I trust me, when Saturn goes direct in September and moves back into Aquarius at the end of the year, it's not going to be as intense as it was now. This first kind of thing was the most intense part of this. It really checked you about, you know, what's important about who you are and about like what you're trying to achieve. And you're meant to listen. You're meant to listen and pay attention so that you can correct that behavior. And if you do those steps, when Saturn enters into Aquarius, you're going to do very, very well. So it's like a big lesson up front. You do the homework and you're going to do great. Okay? All right. So that was the download. It was actual download. So, okay. So next we're going to see 5 cards. You can do pick a card and choose like the order, but I'm going to do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So, and I'm going to do 2 cards for each day just to get a little bit of a variety. So yeah, intensity for Aquarius, but now moving forward, I should focus a little bit on the sun. It's in your 5th house. So focus on happiness, focus on, you know, romance could be hitting you up from the past. I'd be a little cautious. Venus retrograde in the 5th house, it could be, you know, blast from the past. If you can handle just like something short and sweet, or something that you're not particularly tied up in, it would be great. But it might be, there might be bigger fish to fry, or maybe more important things for you to focus on, right? And I think that there's a lot of productivity that you can spend your time on with regard to money also. So that might be a better energy. Okay, so next message, we have the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Secondary transits in water as well. Fulfillment of wishes. Wednesday, some woman, someone brings you what you want, what you need, some very good energy, loving energy into your life. Okay, and then we have the 2 of Pentacles on Thursday, and we have the Queen of Staves. Lots of women. So somebody's going to heal your heart on Wednesday, feminine touch, maybe just compassion and love, and get you feeling right. On Thursday, I feel like the Queen of Wands comes in. She's like, okay, how do we fix this? How do we do this? Put in the grind, you know? And then Friday we have the Three of Wands, okay, good things coming in, and the Two of Cups. So love available for you on Friday. Romance really available for you on Friday. The moon is moving into your 8th house, which is intimacy, on Friday. So if you want to get on a date or like get connected with someone that way, that might be a good time. Let's see the next energy we have for Saturday. Three of Pentacles, work, and the Page of Cups. Work, new feelings about work. Something new emerges at work that's positive. Someone comes in with an open heart and a good disposition towards you on Friday and on Saturday, and you'll have a breath of fresh air. I'll tell you guys a summary in just a sec. And then we have the Six of Pentacles on Sunday, generosity and reciprocity, and Eight of Wands. So you get rewarded by Sunday, and there's this more of a grounded feeling on Sunday that's coming in towards you. So, you know, just groundedness, getting back from other people, hearing kind things from other people, or feeling kindness from other people. Okay, so I have a feeling that there's this two women, two separate people get you settled straight. I think that whatever's been going on, I feel like this is an adjustment energy that's going to get you thinking right or feeling right. So it's kind of like a day at the spa, but this is going to be hard work. It's like face some things and grow from them. Break day on Friday, in which probably some love comes into your life. It could be romance, it could be more serious than that, but there is some just romantic energy on Friday. On Saturday, a novel relationship emerges. I feel as though someone young approaches you with good faith and good energy and brings you positivity that lifts your spirit. And then on Sunday, it's like full steam ahead, good energy there. There's financial reciprocity, and then there's also goodwill and energy. There's goodwill, there's like nice messages coming in for you from other people. There's money coming in, there's stability. There's just good things working out. Okay, so let's see your cards. We have the Sun. Is that happiness that you see from Wednesday onward. And then you have the Clouds. Things improving in a situation. I really feel as though things are, whatever dust has been kicked up in the last like couple months since Saturn's been in your first house, the retrograde is like pushing it out. Not now, Saturn, not now, Stan, I'll talk to you later, you know. And then you have the letter, okay? You have the letter, communication, something important being said to you, maybe something that's been delayed, and trying to figure out what to say about a situation, what to communicate back to the letter, whatever it is saying to you. And then a change in you find a new direction by Sunday that is going to be firm, that you're going to feel good about. It's going to be a tweak that's going to in some way get you moving in a direction that gets things back on track, gets things rolling in an appropriate way, so you feel once again like you have control over things. Good. Good. So you get a break now. That was a gnarly little moment there you experienced. Okay, Pisces, last but not least. Lovely, lovely Pisces. Let's get this gong show on the road. Hi Pisces, welcome to my channel. It's getting dark really fast, but I'm going to get through your reading before it gets really dark. Okay, so let me see if I can turn up the light for you a little bit. How are we doing? That's probably as good as we're gonna get. Okay, all right. So Pisces, Mars, Ceres, and Neptune in the first house. That's probably the most. That's a lot of energy that you felt since March the most, since your birthday. And I feel as though there's things within you that are coming into conflict with bigger things that you need to sort out with family, especially. There is this sudden shift towards home and family, but at this time there's certain things like fulfillment of the soul type things, like things that you want to do to fill your heart, that you want that are pressing. So it's like a little bit of you versus them that's going on. Like it's a little bit of you versus them right now. What's the priority? And probably a little bit of both. Mercury enters into Cancer in your 5th house. So quite a romantic time if you're a poet. This is a really nice time to write some romantic messages if you have them on your mind, okay? Romantic messages, that sort of thing. Okay, so Pisces. Hi guys. Let's see. We're going to do some tarot, some pick a card / daily, and then we're going to do Lenormand. So I'm doing Wednesday through Sunday. You guys can pick your own order if you prefer. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. And then I'm going to pick 2 cards. My nose is itching. Venus retrograde's got my nose itching. Someone's thinking about me a lot. Okay. So let's see. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So Wednesday, Pisces, let's see what's up. We have the 10 of Cups, fulfillment of joy, happiness, 4 of Wands, home. Very happy time in the home. It's too bright in here now. Okay, hold on. Okay. So fulfillment of happiness and positive time in the home. I do have a feeling that you should not take your relationships for granted right now. So if you're in a conflict with someone, reach out and be positive despite whatever's happened. Do that kind of thing. Just really do not take chances. There's positive energy, and there was a very distinct download that you should be very careful about your relationships. Don't take them for granted. Don't forget to say goodnight, those kinds of things. Be really on the ball because things can change very quickly for some of you. Not all, but that was a download, so I'll say it. So happy home, fulfillment of wishes, feeling really good between things, kind of getting away from it all between you and someone else. Thursday, we have the big judgment and we have the moon. So a big decision, the judgment, you know, the last judgment, you see? So, and some hidden feelings about it. So if you don't, it's like Pisces, you want to be very upright in your approach to the people around you at this time, because things can change very quickly by Thursday, and some hidden feelings could be a part of that after all, like nostalgia or, you know, feeling a certain type of way. Friday, 10 of Swords and the Tower. Whew. Something shifts very quickly for you. That was gnarly, and I could pick up on that, huh? So and I'm not saying that to be negative. The moon is moving into your 7th house, giving light to partnership issues. Maybe you have a good energy with someone and you prepare to face the music on something that is sort of has ended or is dead in the water or is meant to be over, you know? And I think that maybe you're in some way making a choice for something to end, making a choice for something to... Maybe you're making a choice for something to end. There's a drastic shift. Let's see more. Saturday, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Strength card. There's definitely some, you know, talking to friends on Saturday, sharing what's going on in your heart. There's a massive shift at the end of this week within relationships for you. 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Remember, we're leading up to eclipse season, to do with your career possibly. You're going to feel on Sunday a little bit nervous about things, and you're going to take some private time. I think that you're kind of pulling the plug on something, or in some way you're putting an end to an ending. I think your connection with someone else, maybe within your family or like a relationship, really spells the end of something else that was finishing anyway. You know where your heart is, and now it's up for you to make that decision. And the moon, Pisces, right? Make that decision. And it's going to be hard to move on, and I think that you'll be processing it through the rest of the weekend. Yours is the harshest reading. Someone got 2 towers. That was intense though too. Let's see your cards. Okay, so we have the coffin, the end of a situation, and then we have the snake. Whew. And then we have the man. I don't want to even read them until I see them all. We have the garden, and then we have the... There's definitely something to do with an ending, that someone is infiltrating or having some kind of influence in, and it's maybe something to do with a man, pertaining to a man, in which you are trying to understand a situation with a lot of different aspects to it, with much more finite focus and degree. You're trying to zone in and figure out what this person is about, or what's going on. I think love and happiness are motivating you to make a big change and to go forward in some very distinct direction. That doesn't mean that it's an easy change for you. I think that it's a like a tall order, you know, it is a tall order. It's a big decision. And I think that you feel a lot of compassion and sympathy for what's going on. And as you're making this decision, it's like you do a lot of self-healing on this weekend to make peace with what's going on. Really withdraw, maybe talk to a friend on Saturday, okay? Thanks, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I wish you guys all the best. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll put something here for you guys to click through. Take care. Bye.